Hello, and this is my roguelike new start project. um, for this project, what I decided to do was I did a few changes over here to the code actually. Uh, One thing that I will warn you though is that my animations they're having some problem. It's saying right here that it must be marked as legacy. Whenever I tried marking it as legacy, the it said that it couldn't be in the animators, so if you're gonna be able to see over here as the game runs that the animations their timing is a bit incorrect, and I imagine that you probably have seen already that the change that I decided to do is have the enemies shoot projectiles at me as well. um well so that's one issue that I could not really figure out how to solve this problem with the frames in the animator. With that said, let's take a look over here at the changes that I did to the code. First of all, I had to do this weapon fix over here. Um, and pretty much what was going on is that whenever I was shooting my projectiles, the there was a collision going on between the projectile and the player, so it kept throwing the little wizard guy out of its place. It was hitting me. Of course, it was not damaging me, but it was just throwing the object to the side every time it shot. So I decided to do this little code over here. Got a game object player equals find game object with tag player as it is over here in the actual tag for the hero. And so I did this ignore collision, just one line of code, and after a while I figured that I could have just placed it on the hero controller, but I'm not too sure if that would work 100%. So I just decided to get this code over here, this weapon. I called it weapon fix, and I just placed it on the prefab for the orb. So as you can see right here, weapon fix script over here, nothing too bad, and that's that. The next change that I made was I pretty much just copied the script for the player onto the enemy controller and under this void fire. In order to do that, in order to activate that, I did the um, invoke repeating. Uh, on where did I place it? Where did I place it? I don't remember exactly where I placed it. Let's see. What is it being called? Ah, here. On void start. Had literally not seen it, but yeah, so it starts after 3 seconds, and then every 3 seconds the enemy is going to shoot. So, yes, pretty much the same thing is instead of getting the weapon instance, I made this little change for E weapon instance for enemy weapon, and then yeah, enemy right, enemy left, enemy up, enemy down, which are the same variables that the enemy has for whenever they're looking at the player. So uh, if say enemy left is true, then it means that the enemy is looking left. So the weapon instance velocity is weapon speed and 1 0, if you can see over here, and I did it accordingly to every direction that the enemy could be facing. So if it's to the right, then just the enemy weapon speed and 0. If it's to if it's looking up, then it's 0 and weapon speed, and then weapon speed minus 1. You can see it right here. So there you go. And I made it the default be that the opposite of whatever the player is doing. So if the player's default is just weapon speed, so it's shooting to the right, then the enemy default is default to shoot to the left. So that's that. And for the enemy weapon, I did do this little script over here that if it collided with a game object with the tag weapon, it would destroy both the weapon and the actual enemy's weapon. So what this means is, um, if the enemy shoots their red orb over here at me, and I shoot my own orb at them, whenever these two orbs clash, they're going to destroy each other. Uh, And the same thing is if the game object has a tag of player, which is, well, the player, then it gives me the same result as if the enemy itself had touched me. So the time scale turns into 0, and then it destroys the red orb. So that's it. These two scripts are over here on the enemy and on the enemy orb. And well, you've already seen the game running, but if you look at it over here, the enemy runs fast, and then see, the orb actually got me, so I died. So yeah, let me see. One thing that I never actually managed to do was have the enemy actually shoot up. Oh wait, whoop, there we go. Because they rarely walk up for enough time so that they ah. It's hard to. I should probably have made this map bigger so that I could test this out. But so long as they're facing down, they should shoot me. Uh, ah, if I can somehow manage to okay. You know what? It's you can see that whenever he looked to the left, it actually shot to the left. Problem is actually having them run for enough time on a vertical direction because they always prioritize the horizontals. So let me try to actually get someone to uh, let's see. Okay. Well, they always prioritize the horizontal directions. That's why it's so hard to get them to actually look up and down, because until they're at the same horizontal level as I, unless they are exactly beneath me or exactly above me, they're always going to be trying to approach me from the sides first, and that's why their animation is always going to prioritize um, looking right or left. So let's try this. Let's try this one more time. I'm actually gonna try to get to the right of them, and we'll see. We'll see how this works out. If at least I can get to the right. Yep. Well, one more time. One more try. One more try. Come on. Let's go. Just one more. Ah. Yeah. Oh well. Just trust the process. Supposedly it works. I saw it happen once whenever there were a bunch of them. So that's that. I hope this works, and I'll see you in the next video in a little bit.